Hi, welcome. I'm the no. If you didn't hello. If you didn't know me yet, I am the dedecoratievedame, which is Dutch for the decorative lady. And what you are seeing now is a movie of my internship in Rome, or at least 1 or 2 days of my internship in Rome. I'm a student from the school Ciao, which is a creative school. I'm in my last year. Why I choose to do an internship abroad? That's because I love to travel. I love to learn new languages. I am learning Italian right now. It's like very good on your curriculum vitae. I will just put it on there and see what happens. Also, Rome is a beautiful city. It's the city of art. So what I was looking for in an internship in Rome was somewhere where I could create a lot, learn a lot of techniques, try to work with oil paint because we can't work with oil paint in my school. I found 2 addresses, and the first one is Kelly Medford. She is an American artist. She moved to Italy about 15 years ago. She can speak Italian like fluently. Like, yeah, okay, let's just figure it out, get all the information for me, send it, and we will see how it works out. But because she didn't have like all the time to teach me, I had to find something else too. The second internship I found is the one by Elena Sagresti. She runs an art gallery. She's a sweet person. She wants to help the female artists out there and help them create an art future. Okay, so let's go to work. Here I am at the front door, and this is where my way to the art gallery starts. I am here for 3.5 months. I work around 5 days a week, 3.5 days for the art gallery and 1.5 day for Cali. I walk about 12 minutes, then I take the metro from Valle Aurelia to Piazza del Popolo. To travel, I pay 35 euros every month to go with the bus, train, metro and tram. I go across the piazza and there is my work. I think that's enough talking for now. Let's move on to some work. When I'm working full days, I open the gallery by myself. I turn on all the lights. I make sure the entrance looks welcoming by putting paintings outside. What you need to do an internship abroad: fill in a lot of papers. Because I lived on my own in Holland, I had to look for a girl that could rent my home. After a couple of weeks I collected 4 girls and they were in the same situation as me. They wanted to move to another city to do their internship, so she can move in my house, then find a house in Rome. So what I did was asking my internship leaders, and what they did was put me in a group on Facebook. There's lots of people that have advertisement about houses, and there I found something like right away. You also need to book your flight, or in my case book your bus. I don't like flights, they're not good for the environment, so I went with the bus, which is much cheaper sometimes. If you just like download Netflix and use Spotify Premium, you'll do totally fine. Well, at least I did. This gallery is a collaboration of 6 Italian artists. 4 of them have a studio elsewhere. I didn't meet them. And then Elena, my tutor, and her boyfriend Fabio are running the gallery. Outside we have our smallest paintings. They are also the cheapest. This is one that I made. My grandmother bought it here in Rome. It is part of a collection with like traditional Rome subjects, such as the pine tree and the coffee here. This one is also sold to 2 American girls. It is really awesome to sell your own art here. In the morning I start with putting on some music. I check my business email and fill in my log for school. I write down what I've done the day before. I quickly check what kind of assignments I have to do for school, and then I start writing them out or working on them. Right now I am also busy with an oil painting. I try to recreate the one above using a palette knife to apply the oil paint. It's a new technique that I'm learning. The most important part of working here is selling the paintings, and you really have to learn how to communicate and how your body language influences them.
Blue and red. With these 3 colors, you can make all of the colors of the planet.
We do also give workshops to children, adults, tourists.
So, is your first time using the brush?
Basically, everyone that's interested can learn to make his own painting with some cool techniques in 2 hours. Tell me, what do you think about this lesson?
It's fun.
Did you learn something useful?
Yes.
Yeah?
How to use a spatula. Also, how to use red, yellow, and blue.
To make all the colors?
Yeah.
That's a great thing to learn to start with.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
See you tomorrow!
Tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so here's the process of how we sell. First, the customer picks out a painting that she likes, which is mine in this case. Then I make a picture so Elena knows which painting's been taken. Then I put a plastic on top of it and a sticker from our company on the back, and I roll it up, tape it, and I put it in the back. I make a receipt with the name of the painting, the price, the date, and I sign it, and the customer signs it as well. Then I stamp it. I make sure that they leave their email so I can follow them up.
Ciao, ciao. Arrivederci.
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 And that was that. A little later on I start working out some sketches for new concepts for paintings. And then it's already time to close the gallery, clean it up a little bit, pack my stuff together, turn off the lights, and go home. This is Callie's studio, and here she's working on one of her everyday paintings in April. I have my own little folder in here where I keep my drawings that I made of the models I sketched and other stuff.
Show me what you're doing and then we can think about if they're different.
Step 1. Glue the cover to the paper. Make sure that there are no air bubbles left. Step 2. Fold 2 sheets of watercolor paper and 1 sheet of drawing paper in an accordion way. Prepare a sketchbook and glue them together afterwards. A lot of the time I'm making sketchbooks for Kelly's sketching Rome tours. It is where you get a bag with a sketchbook and materials. You will go to a beautiful place in Rome and Kelly's basically going to teach you how to make realistic sketches and watercolor paintings. I am going to check if every bag is filled with all the materials and if they are still working. I sharpen the pencils, fill the watercolor brushes with water and make sure the pens are working. When the weather is good and we have some time left, we like to paint outside. With our easels on a standard, just go somewhere beautiful and paint what we see. I really love spending this time with Kelly. We have a lot of fun and she teaches me a lot.
I'm so happy I did this because so much things that I do here now I could never do in Holland. For example, when I'm not at my internship, I go to a sketch lesson where I can sketch a nude model for 2 hours straight, which is very, very interesting to learn and to do. To be able to sell your own art here, which just happened like today. I've never done that before. That makes me so happy. I have learned that it is hard to live in another country for the first time ever alone, but it's so amazing that I can call this my home right now. I have learned that you don't compete with the other artists around you, but you help each other, you give each other tips. I met sweet, amazing people. As a student that does an internship in Europe, you can get an Erasmus, which is quite some money. That made it much more easy to do this. When you're an artist, sometimes you're locked up in your studio, but here you can literally go everywhere and find the most amazing buildings and parks and trees to paint. So I would say to other people that are curious to do an internship abroad, you will never going to regret this. This is an experience for life that you will take with you. So yeah, thank you for listening and for watching. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure to subscribe and to like. You don't have to if you want to. Ciao, ciao.